years. Very engaged in theater, and you've probably seen him perform on this stage. Active in chorus, dabbled in track and soccer for a year each. He is joined today by his parents, Dr. Denise Kennedy and Dr. Philip Kennedy, and of course his twin sister Reagan. And they used to come to my house in the Pope Mobile to help with our lawn work, so we very much appreciated seeing them coming to help us. Currently, he's also working in Publix, so ask him about the Pope Mobile thing. Gran is going to talk to us today about convenience stores. Please welcome him.
Y'all calm down now. What's faster than fast food? Where do you go when your car's on empty? What's open early in the morning and late at night? And what's more easily accessible than on every corner? What's more convenient than the convenience store? The convenience store is defined by Statista as a small retail business that stocks a range of everyday items such as snack foods, soft drinks, groceries, confectionery, tobacco products, over-the-counter drugs, toiletries, newspapers, and magazines. Convenience stores are so called convenient because of the long hours they're open and the variety of products and services they offer, making them a one-stop shop. There are 152,720 convenience stores in the United States, with Texas, California, Florida, New York, and Georgia being the top 5 states for most convenience stores. Convenience stores are so prolific in Texas that 1 out of every 10 convenience stores in the nation are in Texas. Convenience stores have grown to account for 35% of all brick-and-mortar retail in America. Convenience stores can attribute their beginnings to the Southland Ice Company store in Dallas, Texas in 1927, when its owner, Jefferson Green, realized that besides ice, his customers needed milk and eggs in the hours after the grocery stores were closed. The Southland Ice Company grew to be called 7-Eleven, a name you might recognize, based on the fact that the stores were open from 7 o'clock in the morning until 11 o'clock at night. 7-Eleven is the largest convenience store chain in the world, with over 71,000 stores across the world and over 9,300 stores across the nation. 7-Eleven is just one large chain in America, along with others like Circle K, Quick Trip, Love's, Racetrack, and Speedway. While companies like these make up a large portion of all convenience stores, 62% of convenience stores are single-store operators. This means that despite the prevalence of corporately owned or franchise stores, more than half of all convenience stores are owned by individuals or families. These stores are able to have more flexibility due to their independence and are more capable to fit the needs of the immediate community around them. The basic business model of the convenience store is lower volume products sold with higher margins on those products, smaller inventory with varied selection, often accompanied with smaller margin, higher volume fuel sales. Alcohol and tobacco sales make up a high percentage of profits, as these products tend to be some of the most popularly purchased and highly margined. Convenience stores come in many different forms. There are big city corner store bodegas that serve as grocers and high density areas. And there are large highway truck stops that function as predominantly refueling stations. Convenience stores come in varying sizes as well. One store, Buc-ee's, in New Braunfels, Texas, is the world's largest convenience store, with 67,000 square feet of sales space. That's the size of 22 standard 7-Elevens, standard size 7-Elevens. Due to its size, it is more able to offer a wider variety of products than grocery and department stores. More traditional convenience stores fall around 2,500 square feet. There are also smaller kiosk-based convenience stores from less than 800 square feet, often accompanying predominantly fuel sales. Convenience store retail is a multi-billion-dollar industry. In 2019, convenience stores accounted for $648 billion in total sales, which represents 3.1% of the entire U.S. gross domestic product. Of that, $396 billion came from fuel sales, which accounted for 80% of all the fuel sold in the United States. Fuel sales make up over 60% of all revenue dollars and 36.2% gross profit dollars in 2019. Convenience stores as an industry employ 147,000 people in the United States, while the average convenience store has 3.6 employees. The convenience store industry in the United States is the 33rd largest employer. In 2019, convenience store non-fuel sales were made up of 34.4% tobacco products, 25.4% food service, 14.8% packaged beverages, 10.1% packaged snacks and candy, 7.4% beer, and 7.9% other products. Augusta Prep has even been affected by the convenience store industry. In 1954, Clayton Boardman Jr., along with his brother Jack, started a Phillips 66 distributorship called Red and Jack Oil Company. As Big Oil began placing more pressure on regional independent fuel distributors in the 1970s, Boardman launched the Independent Smile Gas brand of convenience stores. In 1984, Boardman's son, Clayton, joined and eventually took over the operations of his father and expanded the Smile Gas stores. They were later sold by the family in 1999. This is the same Boardman family that helped build the original Boardman Gym in 1973 and later the Boardman Athletic Center in 2006. Many convenience stores are operated as a family business within the community that the family is a member of. They serve the needs of their neighbors in the community. The federal government deemed convenience stores as essential businesses at the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic. These stores are important retailers in their communities. This year, as a senior at Prep, having the opportunity to leave campus at lunch and free periods, I have come to see convenience stores in a completely different light. Where it has always been a place to get gas and a quick snack or drink, I have come to appreciate a staple of the hot food offered in many of the nearby convenience stores, the hot dog. My favorite being the quarter-pound all-American beef hot dog offered at the Circle K. $1.99 for one, 2 for $3. This hot dog comes complete with all the toppings you could want, courtesy of the Circle K, with banana peppers and pickle relish, sauerkraut and coleslaw, along with ketchup and mustard, of course. These hot dogs are a cheap and easy meal, readily available to anyone in the area who's hungry. The next time you're pumping gas, consider taking a look around inside the store and seeing if there's anything else the convenience store can supply you with. Maybe it's a hot dog, who knows? If there's something else you need, I'm sure there's something else the convenience store can provide you with. And know that wherever in the world you go, no matter how far away from home you are, there's always going to be a little store on the corner or just across the street, just like the one back home. Thank you.
Thank you, Gran. There were a lot of facts